What's up, guys? This is Astranox. I hope you guys are having some great holidays. Been partying pretty hard last night. Sorry about the delay for the summoning video, but yeah, I'll get the showcase right after this video. Now it's time to summon for this brand new hero, Command Model Laika. So I'm going to be pairing her with heroes like Conqueror Lilius, which seems like it's gonna work pretty well together. There's also like Fairy Tale Tenebria. So basically you wanna, take the immunity off the enemies so you can put them to sleep, cripple them, start to take them apart, the ones that didn't get slept, stuff like that. And she got a dual attack, she can trigger an attack buff. It's pretty strong, but this is not a limited hero, so I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts about like if you should be pulling for this hero or not. Based on like trends going on in the game, type of heroes getting released and what's happening, right? This is not a limited hero, so you gotta understand that. That's the first thing. And if you're low on resources, you shouldn't be pulling for this hero. So I'm gonna be building this hero. I'm gonna be plus 15ing this Command Model Laika in this video, so definitely stay tuned till the end so you get my thoughts about how I plan to build this hero, and of course the showcase in the video right after this one. Okay, let's start it off here. Oh man, we got some free summons too. Advanced 7 days 10 free summons. Feels pretty good. Hope you guys are getting lucky with that and lucky with getting this hero. If you decide to summon for this hero, let's start it off finally. Okay, we're going with the X10 pulls. So this hero, the kit seems quite strong, and that's what's happening with heroes getting released. It's very powerful kits that most of these heroes are getting, and if you compare heroes getting released now compared to heroes that were released like a year ago or over a year ago, there's definitely power creep going on. And this hero, like if you look at her kit, there's quite a few things going on, and if you would compare this hero to a hero that was released in the past, you would notice that skills are getting more than what they were getting before. There's like more stuff that is happening, more stuff that is showing up, right? This is not a limited hero, and limited heroes have a higher level of power creep, so that's why you should be saving your, currency. So when a brand new, a shiny, new limited hero shows up, you definitely want to have the currency, because what's been happening is that limited heroes have been having like too much stuff in their kit, walls of text and way too much power in those heroes. So maybe this hero looks good to you, but you better wait for what's coming into the game, because it's just happening over and over. It's just heroes that are just more and more powerful, right? Now this hero has some pros, this hero has some cons. Like this sleep is not 100% chance, but if it was, that would be way too good. But this is not even a limited hero, right? Maybe a limited hero or a Moonlight 5-star hero would like have 100% chance to sleep, right? On a elemental neutral hero, if it was light or dark, that'd be pretty insane. And yeah, not a limited hero. And she's got two skills that are non-attack skills, so of course it's gonna trigger Politis. You could be having troubles against a hero like that. And then, I mean, when I'm saying there's too much stuff going on in her skills, is that like, let's say the skill number 2, right? It gives attack buff to the ally with the highest attack and calls them into a dual attack. And also puts target, right, debuff on the enemy that you chose. So like, why does that skill 2 needs to have the target debuff being applied on that enemy? That's like that extra thing that is like, that's sort of like too much. Or why they getting attack buff and it's not like just call the ally with the highest attack and put target debuff on the enemy. There's always that extra thing. Like the combat readiness on the skill number 1. It's not much, but I mean that's the smaller thing right there. Of course, the skill number 1. You're getting 15% combat readiness for the for herself, right? And also for the a random ally, I believe it is, right? So like, why it has to be herself plus someone else? But skill 1 is not a big deal. Now, the skill number 3, you get the sleep for 75% chance, but also you get team-wide immunity. Like, why there has to be that extra thing is because heroes getting released lately, they always have to have more than what it is before, or the hero is not good enough. People are not going to summon for the hero, and it's not going to make money, so they just have to keep on releasing heroes with more stuff, and that trend is just happening. And you got to be careful with that, who you're summoning for, because there's always going to be a shinier new toy coming in the game. Okay, so the artifact here, I feel like for my playstyle, the way I'm going to be using this hero, I don't particularly want to use it. But since I got it, pretty cool. I'll see what I can do with it. You know, 15% barrier for the whole team for 2 turns based on the caster's max health. So that's the cool thing. It's based on the caster's max health. So basically, if you build her with a lot of health and the team is fairly squishy, they're going to get a pretty thick barrier. So I do like that, right? It's also a 100% chance, even if you just have 1 copy, that's good. And non-attack skills, she's got skill 3, she's got skill 2, and it can only activate every 3 turns. So, you know, nothing completely insane, nothing insane. And if you're going to be putting this hero, because you can fit her in an offense team, right? You could be opening with the skill number 3. If you took out the immunity off of the enemy, you start to put some heroes, hopefully, into sleep. And you just single target the heroes that are not in sleep, right? Like if I open with Command Conquer Lilias, right? I take the immunity off the enemy, and then I can use this shiny new hero, Command Model Laika, and then she puts sleep on a few heroes, hopefully, and I just, you know, there's also the redirected provoke from Conquer Lilias that can go toward a big try. It could be like a fire hero, right? Because Leica, she's earth, probably gonna miss her attack, something like that. So that is the plan that I'm gonna go for. But of course, not many players have Conquer Lilias. It's just that you have to deal with the immunity on the enemy, right? So you can bring various different heroes for that, right? You could have like Bazaar, but the thing is that's gonna be 2 earth heroes. So of course, you're not gonna be bringing those 2 heroes versus a team that has a fire or more fire hero. Also, evasion-based heroes are not going to be a problem if you're able to take the immunity off the enemy with another hero, right? And you kind of feel like it's going to be quite successful. You're going to be able to take that immunity right off. If they're evasion-based, you don't have to worry about it with Leica because it's a non-attack skill. You don't actually need to land your attack, which means that there's not going to be a miss. They're not going to be able to evade your attack. So that's definitely pretty powerful right there, right? But she's gonna have, you know, counters how much damage she can do. Also, like the skill 1, it's not that much damage, is it? And I have to check something. I have to check something just to make sure. So I pitied this hero. Did I? Or was that? Did I extend the last summons? Because I just needed 1 if it was like 121 pulls. So that's the thing. Oh, that's my mistake. Confuse her. Conquer Lilias has 2 non-attack skills. She has 1 non-attack skill. My bad, guys. I'm sure I'm getting comments like, man, she doesn't have 2 non-attack skills. What you talking about, dude? So now, because I was getting to the damage, right? I'm like, doesn't she do damage with the skill number 3? I was like, man, did I mess that up? So yes, she does damage. She attacks everyone. So there's going to be like, you know, 100% chance to decrease speed for 2 turns and also put the sleep on target, 75% chance. The other thing, like, this is a 4-turn cooldown, guys. And then you get the soul burn that reduces the cooldown by 2 turns. So it's a 2-turn cooldown, which is completely crazy. Like, maybe like why she needed the soul burn that decreases the cooldown by 2 turns. Right, like there's always those extra things that are added into skills, you know, that leads to power creep. Like you got decreased speed, 100% chance against all the enemy, right? Like why it needs to have so many things. But like I said before, it's not a limited hero, so you can expect even more unlimited heroes because they definitely want players to pull for those limited heroes because those are like money makers, right? And that trend's just happening non-stop basically for a long time now. And it's pretty ridiculous, right? So it will keep on happening. That's why I'm saying save your Covenant Bookmarks. You gotta save because that is the smarter play. If you don't feel like this hero is gonna be like really helpful to you in your roster, that's the thing. So after fixing my mistake, this is dealing damage. This is a non-attack skill, but the cooldown's insane on this thing. You could keep on sleeping. And at least they didn't have 100% chance to sleep on this, skill when you have a soul burn that brings the cooldown down to 2 turns, which is ridiculous, right? So yeah, it's pretty crazy what heroes have been getting part of their kit lately. Let's finally build this hero. Been talking a bit too much. So was that the first hero part of the poll? Oh, you can see 116 summons left until she's guaranteed again. So I actually got her before 121 pulls. It was like the last extent before I do a single pull, the 120 first pull. So yeah, okay, not bad. I got the artifact, so I can test that out for you guys. So yeah, there's gonna be the showcase after this, but let me just grab her, let me build her, and give you guys my thoughts about how I'm planning to build this hero. Let's talk skill ups here, and then I'll show you guys how I built this hero for the showcase. So how should you skill this hero up? Well, skill number 3, you need to have 100% affections. You want to have 75% chance to sleep. So you definitely want to bring this thing to +4. This is a pretty impactful skill if you are able to deal with their immunity. And then the skill number 2, you will need to increase the affections as well, which is all it gives, as well as the -1 turn cooldown. So the +4, definitely a big one here. Now I'm going to be pushing the damage on this hero. We'll see how she performs with high effectiveness at the same time and high speed. It's a lot of stats. It's a lot of stats. That's something you guys have to understand. Not the easiest of heroes to build. Yes, you can build her for support, and then you don't go for damage. You go for the speed. You go for the effectiveness. Maybe you go for some bulk. She got more max health. You can use her own artifact, so she gives a thicker barrier for your team. So different ways to approach this. So here, that's a pretty solid build right there. +4 on the skill 3, right? For supporting, right? This is gonna give you almost all you need, but then you can go on the skill number 1. Since it's like 1 mola for the first 3, you can go right ahead and bring this thing to +2. So I feel like with a limited amount of MolaGora, which I'm sure a lot of you guys are in that situation, I gotta have 5 accounts, to showcase all heroes and have the MolaGora for +15ing the skills. But yes, that would be like a support build right there, bare minimum type of deal. Now you want to push the damage, of course, you're gonna start to max things out. Really depends, if it's a long battle, the skill 1, you'll get more damage out of that, out of the skill ups on skill 1. But yeah, I mean, skill 3, it really depends. If you're pushing the damage and you want things to happen on, the first turn, the second turn, then you'll get more value out of skilling up the skill number 3, since it also attacks everyone, right? So this is it. We got her at +15. Let me show you guys the build. It's right here. That is the way I have her built. So I'm going with, well, let's talk memory imprint here real quick. Definitely pretty good, right? Like effectiveness is definitely something you will need on this hero. You're trying to land speed down, you're trying to you even have it for the team, right? You have for top and bottom position, pretty decent amount. It's better than a team wide and AoE imprint because you can focus on those 2 spots. So yeah, decreased speed. She's got the sleep, of course, and then if you have good speed on her, you can get the immunity up on your team faster. The soul burn's insane because 2 turn cooldown, ridiculous stuff, because you can just like sleep type of deal. At least it's on 100% chance. Oh man, that'd be really bad. And fire heroes are not gonna have such a bad time against her too. So here we got the target debuff, which increases damage it deal versus the target by 15%. Also, it decreases their evasion. This is a non-attack skill, very easy to land because you don't have to hit your attack, which means you're not going to be missing. Solid. So yeah, target debuff, attack buff on the ally with the highest attack, dual attack of that ally into the target you choose. That's a ton of damage. Like you could have a slow hero, they get called into the dual attack, the target has the target debuff. Man, if they have defense break, they are most definitely going down. And a free attack buff too, so you don't need an attack buffer in the team. Yeah, I like it, right? Like you can be running some control, you can be running like a damage dealer with her. You could be going full on support, and that damage dealer is like picking heroes apart. The rest of them is like they're controlled. So yeah, pretty solid. Okay, let's show the stats here finally. So you can see the gear that I have on her, I had to get them from a few different heroes, had to reroll some stats. but it is 100% crit. You know, the effectiveness is a big part, because if you don't have the effectiveness, you're not going to be landing your debuffs, and then it's going to defeat the purpose of this hero, because you want a full, like a pure damage dealer, then you're not going to go with this hero, because I don't even know if her multipliers are good, but I'll put it to the test. You can see her offensive power, crit damage is not that high, but considering the rest of the stats, like she has a ton of speed, pretty high amount, so she could be like second to go, maybe third. So she's going to be part of the, you know, the sort of like combo, you know, remove the immunity, control the enemy. But the thing is, if the enemy is really fast, it might be pretty hard to position her properly. You might want to go for a full support build with a lot more speed, which is definitely rough, man. Like that's a lot of stats. A lot of stats you will need. And not everyone has a bunch of like high speed, high effectiveness across their whole, I mean, for like 2-3 heroes, let's say you're going that route, it's definitely going to be pretty rough. So we have, yeah, pretty decent offense. We got the effectiveness. So if you were going support, you can have more effectiveness, which is going to, you know, you're going to be able to counter the effect resistance of the enemy. And it might be better, to be honest, because that decreased speeds and to sleep, that's some, yeah, pretty crippling stuff, because they're slept and then like it takes like longer, because they have 30% less speed. It takes them longer to get out of sleep, and then they have speed down, so it gets them take longer to get their turn again. So yeah, that's pretty dangerous. And then love the skill too. This is definitely the thing that I like the most about this hero. Man, the 15% innate resist, the RNG with the sleep, you know, is going to be resist there, fire hero there. Immunity was not removed, so they cannot be, you know, slapped. There's going to be all sorts of issues, but at least something that is guaranteed is the immunity on your team, and then you have 100% uptime if she's the fastest on your team, and you keep on soul burning, the skill number 3, which is definitely pretty powerful, right? Like if you don't even build high effectiveness on this hero, maybe you go full on damage, make her faster than the rest of your damage dealers. Let's say you could have like a immunity if you keep on soul burning skill 3, which is something. It's something. And then she's gonna be able to land her debuffs on heroes that don't have effect resistance. You know, if they don't run a support, maybe you're gonna be running another hero that can deal with their support, or maybe you're gonna just like try to nuke that support. You know, the rest of are slept, and then if that's a cleanser, you have to worry. Like if that cleanser is gonna cut and then it's gonna remove all the debuffs off of them, that's definitely a bad time for you. That's going to defeat the whole purpose of controlling them if they get that to happen. So yeah, real quick in terms of artifacts for this hero, right? I'm going for a damage one, but then I got some hit chance. So if they have some evasion-based heroes, if even they have a fire hero, at least I got like a 30% chance to hit them, versus like if I didn't have any hit chance, it'd be 50% chance of missing. That'd be bad. So that's definitely a viable one if you're going with the skill ups on her and you're trying to push the damage, but we'll see how hard she can actually hit. Something else to help your team. You're controlling them with sleep, right? Maybe you have another hero that can control resurrected provoke. I don't know what it is, right? But then you start to single them out one by one, and then you push the combat chance of your team. You can get your heroes to go back to back or just cycle faster. Sash Itanes is definitely a viable one. You don't want to use the unit artifact. You don't have skill ups on this hero. You want to use her as a support hero. You want some hit chance. You can go for Oath Key, 3-star artifact, definitely a viable one. Trying to push the stats of your team. Go for Warhorn. You go for a Midnight Bloom, maybe some crit chance here. You're really banking on that skill number 3 at the start of the battle. You can put a Curse Compass on her. This is going to be a 50% effectiveness increase for the first turn. So if you feel like that skill 3 is such a big deal, you feel like the battle is going to be short, then you can go for that. But if you need effectiveness for a longer time, then that's the thing. She's going to cycle fast. Maybe the way you have her build, you're going to be soul burning skill 3. So there's going to be quite a few skill 3 and skill 2 throughout the battle. So Curse Compass definitely lose a lot of value, man. You need to be making things happen early on. I mean, Prophet Ghetto, I don't know, man. PvE content, maybe a bunch of AoE attacks, reducing her cooldown so she can use skill 3 and skill 2 more often. Could work, but more for PvE. Air to surface missile. Misha, that's one that could definitely work. You got some hit chance, you know, at plus 15% hit chance, maxed out 20. I mean, most players will have this thing just with one copy. That's pretty good. Got some crit damage. So that's if you have some skill ups, you're trying to push the damage on this hero. Definitely like a viable way to go about it. But yeah, I mean, There's some other ones that you can go for. Portrait of the Saviors, try to push the damage. But yeah, just some quick ones that I wanted to talk about. I feel like it really depends on what type of build you're going for. If you're trying to, push the effectiveness higher, trying to increase your hit chance to be more reliable, or you're trying to push the damage and the hit chance. So you definitely have quite a few options at your disposal. Yeah, I guess I'm happy with her stats. I'll try her on a support build later on, I guess, or I might go full on damage if I like the numbers, and we'll see what she's able to do. But it's an interesting hero. Stay tuned for the showcase, guys. Let us know what you guys think about all that in the comment section. But yeah, wait for the showcase before you summon this hero, guys. This is not limited. This is a hero that is not going to be as strong as heroes that will be released in the future, based on what I talked about before during the summoning. So there's a lot more powerful hero, broken heroes, OP heroes that are coming. It's just gonna happen. So I wouldn't say that this hero is a must get by any mean. By any mean. Not even limited means like, yeah, easy pass for a lot of players, right? But you might be going for the waifu aspect. So yeah. Anyways, that's it for this one. I'm Astranox. Good luck with Yadu. Peace out, for now.